Hey guys, James here again. Getting ready to pack for the training camp this weekend. I've been asked to go ahead and do a video of just kind of what the gear looks like and what I'm bringing, kind of based on previous races. And I got two emails, one from Pete Camp. Pete Camp just states the obvious things of your 5-gallon Homer bucket, some sunblock, 4 pair of socks, your running shoes, things of that nature. And then Andy sent one out yesterday, just a little more specific. Talks about we're leaving at 5:11 in the afternoon, and he'll leave without us if we're not there. Bring plenty of food and drink that survive in the woods for 24 hours. And he goes on to say that there's a 99.9% chance that we will not have access to food for 24 hours. So I'm guessing that's a no. And his required gear list was an Axe reflective vest, some glow sticks, and a flashlight or headlamps and batteries for the nighttime. And 4 marbles and a deck of playing cards. Nice. So the gambler theme kicks in. There's some various other things that aren't that important, but let me show you the gear. Okay, and this is stuff that I packed based on some other hiking and previous races that I've done that have worked well. And we'll just start over here with the backpack. This backpack's from REI. I've used this before. It's been great. I've used it in a lot of my training because it's got a lot of straps and tie downs on it, as well as some places to put carabiners to hang and drag things. Good size one, and of course we have the reflective vest and some more straps. And down here I went with the paracord instead of a rope because it's lightweight and it's just as strong. And then I cannot go without my trekking poles. These things are a lifesaver for your knees. And then the playing cards, and he said 1 deck of cards, you know, redundancy, there's 2. 4 marbles, I've got 8, and I'll double check on that because I don't want to get accused of cheating. And various zip ties, so I can zip, cinch, clinch, anything I can put and strap down that I can't do with a rope or whatever. And the rest of it I'll do with my duct tape. And then of course I've got my axe that you see here. And then I've got 2 gloves, one I use for chopping wood. And these right here, these are my neoprene, almost a 1mm glove. It's not so much for warmth, but just keeping my hands dry and keeping, from getting tore up. I've used those in just about every one of my races that I do, and they work great. And then back here, my hydration pack. This is not the one I'm going to be using. The one I'm going to be using, I already sent up with my 5-gallon bucket earlier last week. And the one I'm using is a Garrick rig. It's the one that has the bulb inflation on the end, so you can actually compress or add some air into it to make the water come out like a stream. But then the reason I got that one that I've used before is it has a filtration system built into it. You just click on a little filter, and so I can take my water out of streams, ponds, puddles, whatever, so that way I have a better access to getting water than having to treat it with tablets and so forth. And then back here, just some various medical things: sunblock, moleskin, some tears, or what do you call them? Just some type of band-aids. Some medications like ibuprofen, Advil, a flint starter, and some matches, although we don't need that for this. And then my reading glasses because I'm a little bit older than a lot of you guys. And then over here I've got my headlamps that I've used in races that work great. They're waterproof and actually can go underwater. And then my Bear Grylls equivalent Swiss Army knife, which I love that thing as well. And then various water bottles, okay? And then as far as the food department goes, what you see right there is about 7,700 calories. I'm not planning on using all that. I'm probably going to slim that down a little bit. I'm going to experiment with some of it. Most of it I've used before. But the other thing I'm going to pack for this particular one and for the death race is couscous. I'll make some of that up, as well as baked potatoes without the skin. Probably add either some ketchup or honey or something to it to sweeten it up, and use that for a long, sustained burning carbohydrate. And then back here I've got a winter hat and my daytime summer hat. Just because it's going to be the 30s at night. I don't know if we're going to be in water or what, but I like to keep my ears a little bit warmer. And then if it rains, I love this jacket too. This Gore-Tex, and it has a lot of zippers for ventilation. Holds up very well and keeps me warm. It's just really, really lightweight, nothing to it. And knee pads, that's more for my IT band. When I do a lot of climbing, it tends to get inflamed. And then over here, I just got some leggings, I'll call them manties. Some various compression shirts, 2 or 3, and just basically about 4 or 5 pair of socks. Went with some compression socks as well. And then I'll have 2 shoes, one that I wear out and one that I pack. I like to have a secondary shoe, and those blue ones there are the Peregrine by Saucony's. Those are their newer ones. And I went with a half size bigger. I've been wearing them around the house and what have you to break them in. And I got them a little bit bigger so I can double up my sock, and in case I get a lot of swelling in my feet further in the competition. and that'll hopefully reduce a lot of problem. And one thing I did pack, I want to note back here, in that little baggie with the white stuff, that is alcohol-soaked gauze. And what I plan on doing with those, and after reading an article from another racer last year, he used those whenever he was able to stop to actually dry out his feet to keep them from getting a lot of that moisture where you get just the nasty stuff that kind of goes. And I forgot various goos, which I can't stand. That's just more of a backup. And that is about it. So I'll send you a picture with that all packed up. It surprisingly doesn't weigh a whole lot, and minus the volume of the water. And there you go. And Pittsfield, here I come.